Okay, question 1. Calculate each of the following. When you multiply decimals, right? Best way is just to remove the decimal points, so you end up having 3 times 7 instead, right? So 3 times 7 when you remove the decimal points. That's easy, isn't it? 21. You go back then to the question, right? And you must then replace the decimal points, okay? And then you just count how many decimal places there are. So you've got 1 here, 1 here. You've got 2 decimal places in the question, which must mean you have 2 in the answer. So the fact now you worked at 21, right? There's got to be 2 decimal places. The 2 and the 1 will represent the 2 decimal places. So you put the point then in front of that. 2. So your answer is 0.21. And just check then. Look, I got 2 decimal places here. So I'm going to have 2 in my answer. Alright? When it comes to B and you're taking away or you're adding decimals, whichever you're doing, right? Best way forward is to line up the decimal points, right? So we're going to put one above the other, 71.3, alright? But then when I do 6.27, I'm going to write it like this, okay? So they're not like lined up to the right, okay? They're lined up with the decimal points here, okay? It's important to sort of see that. Then in my answer, I'm going to have a decimal point directly underneath it, okay? And I can then take away. Now, there's nothing here to take away the 7, right? There's nothing there, so I need to put a 0 here. And then you've got 0 take away 7, which you can't do, because I don't want to have a negative answer here, right? We want things to be positive when we work these out. So 0 take away 7 we can't do, so we need to borrow from this 3. When I borrow from that 3, it becomes a 2. And the 1 I borrow, I put there, right? Now I've got 10, haven't I? Right? So 10 take away 7 is 3. 2 then take away 2 is 0. Then decimal points lined up. 1 take away 6 you can't do. So I need to borrow from that 7 to make it a 6. And the 1 I borrow I write there. 11 then take away 6. And then you've got 6 on its own then. There's nothing there now, right? So it's like 6 take away nothing is 6. So there's my answer there, 65.03. Okay, part C. Now here you've got powers, 2 cubed times 3 squared, and then it says times by 10. What I would do here, right, is recognize we do need to multiply these together, okay? But you can work them out individually. So when it says 2 cubed, right, you need to do 2 times 2 times 2, right? That's what that is saying. When the power is 3, it's saying, look, you need 3 lots of 2 here multiplied together, right? That's telling you how many 2's you need to multiply together. So 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8. Okay, so we work that out, right? Then we do 3 squared. Okay, so 3 times 3, right? Because this power is 2, so you can have 2 of them. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, and then go back to the question and remember now you've got to multiply all of these results together. So 2 cubed, remember, is 8. 3 squared was 9. And then it says times by 10, which is just 10, isn't it? 8 times 9 is 72, right? And of course then times by 10. Of course when you times by 10, you can add a 0. So we get our answer, 720. Part D then, the last question with the fraction, right? Taking away fractions, right? It's so important you get the bottom numbers the same, yeah? You can't just take away as it is here, right? You need to change these fractions so we have a common denominator. Now what we're going to do is think of a number that 8 and 4 go into, right? A common multiple of 8 and 4. If you think about it, 8 will do, won't it? 8 will do, because 8 goes into 8, obviously. 4 also goes into 8. So we can keep 7/8 as it is, right? That fraction's fine. It's this one we need to change, right? This one we need to change. So we'll change it, 1/4, right? Now, think about it. 4, right? 4, if you want to change that to 8, you've got to double the bottom, haven't you? If you double the bottom, you have to double the top as well. So 1 doubled is 2. So you get 2/8. So my answer then will become, now 7/8, remember I kept it as it was. Take away then, instead of 1/4, write it as 2/8. And then when you take away, you just take away the top numbers. Okay, leave the bottom number as it is. And there's my answer.